A'udzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We meet again today and we will talk about data analysis for quantitative data analysis. Before you make a data analysis, I think you have to understand types of the data. The first of the type of data is nominal data. Nominal data refers to, like for instance, gender, race, or let's say for instance type of car. So this is the nominal data. You cannot differentiate in terms of the degree between one data and another data. Male and female is having no degree because just represent certain kind of object. And then the second one is ordinal data. Ordinal data, there is a degree. For instance, you like to have a look the Likert scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's referring to a certain kind of degree. This is ordinal data. Or maybe educational level. Elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, and university education. This, if you like to represent that kind of data, this must be an ordinal thing. Different one from the elementary, junior school, and senior school. This is the ordinal data. And the next one is about the interval data. Interval data means referring to data that has no 0 point. For instance, temperature measured in Celsius or in Fahrenheit. This one is a representative of the interval data. And the last one is ratio data. Ratio data refers to certain data that has a 0 point. For instance, weight, age, how old are you? I think from 0, from before and after this one. And then height, for instance, how high you are. So this is 0 point. This is the ratio data. The next one, if you like to make a data quantitative analysis, you have to understand about the descriptive and inferential statistic. Descriptive statistic, this is representing, summarizing, describing the main features of the data. The features like mean, median, mode, this is the descriptive statistic. If you like to use these types of data, I mean the mean of the data, and this is the descriptive statistic. And the next one is inferential statistic. It deals with the making inference or prediction about the population based on a selected sample. And the inferential statistic can be in the form of t-test, ANOVA, Pearson correlation, or regression. This is the way how to analyze. The result will be for sure. If you use this kind of thing, it means that you use inferential statistic. This one, I think the data, type of data, we have already learned: nominal, ordinal, and interval and ratio. And then, for inference statistic, there are two types of data. The first one is parametric data, and the second one is non-parametric data. What is parametric data? Parametric data, it means that the data that follow the normal condition, normal curve. So if it is normal condition, usually certain population, there will be paid people that lead a certain number of people, that is maybe less number of people that is higher, have higher achievement. Let's say in one class, there will the highest one will be a small number of students, and then the lowest, I mean the middle one, there will be a big number, and then the lowest one also small number. This is normal data. Usually, if you have such kind of data, then this data can be included, can be categorized as a parametric one. Non-parametric data is data that do not refers to the normal condition or normal curve. Then let us now discuss about the inferential statistic. There are two types of inferential statistic. The first one is to find the difference, and the second one to find the relationship. If you finding the difference, usually if you have the data to find different, you will choose certain ways to make analysis. For instance, the first one, you have to do the parametric and non-parametric, and if you like to find the difference for parametric data, then you have certain types of analyzing tools. If you have independent, for instance, independent sample t-test, and then per sample t-test, one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, it must assume that your data have be included in parametric data. But if your data is not parametric one, then you have to follow the analysis using non-parametric tools. The non-parametric tool is like, for instance, Wilcoxon sign rank test, Mann-Whitney U test, and so on. This is, if you like to find different, then you use this type of analyzing tool. And then if you like to find relationship between the two variable or more, if your data is parametric one, you will follow, or you will use certain instrument to analyze, like linear regression, logistic regression. This is to make the relationship, to find the relationship that the data must be parametric one. If you like to find out the relationship but your data is not parametric, then you have to use certain tools like chi-square test, Spearman-Rue correlation, or Kendall-Tau correlation. This is the tool for you if you like to find out the relationship for non-parametric data. And here I summarize some important point for you if you like to make a research with your purpose. If your purpose is to compare mean or to make to find different, then statistical tool they can use is independent sample t-test. When you would like to make a independent sample t-test, then the data must be a ratio, and also a ratio or interval data. You can use this one, independent sample t-test. And then, for instance, you like to, and the second one to find different is to compare is by per sample t-test. It also require you to have a interval and ratio data. And so one way to compare mean, this also require you to have interval and ratio data. And to find the effect, one of the way to find the effect is using two-way ANOVA. To examine the effect of two independent variable on one dependent variable for interval and ratio data. And then if you like to find out the relationship, what are the tools that you can use? The first one is Pearson correlation. If it is Pearson correlation, it also must assume that your data must be continuous. It means that it must be linear and also normal one. And usually the data also supposed to be interval and ratio. Linear, again the same. If you would like to have a linear regression, it is to find the relationship. And again, it also can be used to measure the relationship and contribution, and the data should be also interval and ratio. And the last one, logistic. Logistic is type of analysis used to predict probability of a binary outcome for nominal and interval or ratio. So if your data is nominal, for normal, then normal or parametric data, you can use logistic statistic. Yes, I think that's the things that we have discussed to make a data analysis for a quantitative research. Later, maybe we'll discuss some that used for non-parametric or for ratio. Thank you very much for your attention. See you again next time. And from this time, let us close. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.